Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about McLaren's comments on Red Bull's upgrades in Mexico, as well as an update on McLaren. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me and exit James's pit lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Red Bull, and as we know, they've got off to a good start in Mexico. In free practice 2 on Friday, Max Verstappen topped the timesheets. Now, it is important to note that when you look at race pace, McLaren did look fairly strong, but over one lap, Red Bull had the pace on Friday, with Verstappen going fastest of everyone. Now, as we know, in Mexico, it is a track that is usually very hot, and it's the highest on the F1 calendar when it comes to altitude above sea level, with the track situated 2,238 meters above sea level. Now that puts a lot of pressure on the brakes and the engine because the air is thin. So cooling is very important in Mexico, and Red Bull have introduced a new cooling system for the Mexican Grand Prix to try and help cooling throughout the weekend. However, McLaren's car has required very little modification. Basically, the team took cooling into account when designing this season's car, giving it confidence that performance will not be an issue this weekend. Asked if Red Bull will have an advantage this weekend with its new cooling system, McLaren team boss Andrea Stella said, as quoted by Racing News 365, "Well, in reality, I'm positive about the fact that we come to Mexico and we don't have to change the fundamental way in which we cool the car. We are actually using parts that were already available. And some of you may remember that I said that one of the reasons why we perform well when it's hot is actually the cooling technology that we use. It's part of also the link with when I said we innovated from 24 to 25, and a lot of the innovation actually went into the cooling system. So I think some of the approach I see on some other cars is more traditional, like we have a Mexico-specific cooling system. If anything, it gives me an opportunity for a shout out to the engineering team at McLaren that created such an efficient technology that actually works even in this not only thin air, but pretty hot air that we have this week in Mexico." Now, I think this weekend McLaren do have an advantage when it comes to race pace. If you look at the long runs in free practice 2, McLaren looked pretty strong on their runs. One thing to note is that the team were using soft tyres while others were using medium, so you can't really compare the times, but still, it was very strong laps from McLaren. And Verstappen has warned that he needs to find something on the long runs after it felt like driving on ice, with him saying, as quoted by Sky F1, "The short run on the soft, we managed to do a good lap. Everything else was pretty bad. The medium short run was not great, and the big problem is long runs where we seem to struggle a lot. So that is of course a big concern for the race. The balance wasn't even off, there was just no grip, that is the concern. As soon as you go in a sustainable run, tyres are going hot, we were nowhere, so that is a tough one to sort out as well, but we'll see." Now, McLaren has also issued an update on one of its drivers. Basically, Pato O'Ward stepped in for Lando Norris in free practice 1 in Mexico, and in the session he finished 13th place, with him having completed 30 laps. However, Racing News 365 say that O'Ward was then taken to the circuit's medical centre without completing any sponsor or media work and quickly treated before being released. When asked to confirm whether O'Ward has been treated by the doctors by Racing News 365, a McLaren spokesperson said he was taken to the medical centre for assessment after FP1, having reported feeling unwell. After assessment and a period of observation, he was then discharged back to the team. So it's good news that Pato O'Ward is okay. It's not clear what happened and why he had to go to the medical centre, but it's good news that he is okay. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.